It's the K-Popcast, and I am DJ Peterlo, a K-pop DJ, and I'm joined by my recurring show host, K-pop B-boy in the house, in the building, in my apartment. It's Supermatic. What's going on?
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing?
So what are we taking a look at today, Supermatic?
You know, Peter, I don't recall the last time I've been so excited for what we're going to cover tonight.
I think I know what you're talking about. It's K.A.R.D back at it again with the white fans.
Samuel.
They're not actually wearing white fans. They're wearing white. But we're going to be taking a deep dive into K.A.R.D's latest music video today here on the Kpopcast. Keep it locked. Here's our show intro.
What's the thing you're obsessed with these days?
K-pop.
What is this, Korean pop music?
The Korean wave?
It's the K-wave, and it's washed over Asia for the last few years.
It's the best thing you've ever seen.
The girls' generation.
A wave of supergroups with infectious hooks.
I'm really impressed. I'm speechless, really.
It's a global phenomenon.
사슴같이 예쁜 hun 나의 princess 나를 보고 비웃는 게 너무 시크해 모두 날 보게 너 지금부터 잘 지켜봐
So if you haven't seen it yet, one of my predictions in 2016 was that K.A.R.D was going to make it.
Yes.
K.A.R.D was going to be in the top 5 like K-pop groups.
Which I'm also pulling for.
We're so pulling for because they're so different. They're so fun. The song's slowly getting there. Maybe not as much as momentum as Oh Na Na. But what happens in this music video if you haven't seen it already, Supermatic?
Pretty much. The lyrics talk about a breakup, and we see each of the members of K.A.R.D being reflective and looking back on this breakup in their own way.
That's right. So this morning, this song came out.
Yes.
And we were trying to figure out what we were going to do for the show today. And then you're like, Peter, we got to do this.
Yes.
And so all day today, I listened to the song on repeat while at work. I'm at my desk. I'm trying to do my day job as like, hey, let me tell you why you should write about virtual reality to other different journalists. I'm listening to this song, and I'm listening to it over and over, and I'm helping bump up those views on YouTube. And I was disappointed.
Aw, what?
Because when I was listening to it, I'm like, okay, I'm not getting that earworm quality from Oh Na Na. And it follows a very similar structure to Oh Na Na. It's almost the same tempo, very similar rhythm. They let the guys sing this time, but I was just not feeling it. It was a slight disappointment. In fact, actually, using those very similar words, we were tweeted by Stephen Knight of K-Pop Unmuted. He said, decent, but a disappointment after their debut. And that's totally what I was feeling when I was listening to the song all day today. And when I watched the music video, I was like, wow, production value wasn't as high. Not that it needed to be, but I was like, okay, not feeling this. And the song is just like, okay, all I remember is the instrumental hook. Not even their lyrics or not even their voices in the chorus. What Will Said, a popular commenter on many different K-pop casts, says, I heart me so K.A.R.D. Just wish they released this during the tropical house era of K-pop last year. It's not as fresh as it really is. So it's so 2016 is what I said back to him. And he said, yeah, it's super consistent with Oh Na Na, which gets me excited for an EP or album, but sonically it gets lost in Blackpink or BTS. And I totally hear what he's saying. Blackpink, you know, playing with fire. Yep.
Yes.
And in BTS's latest song, which we will get to.
Don't worry, Armies, we got
episode,
you. Next week, gonna be a double shot. Just remember that.
Double shot. Double shot. I'm drinking one shot of Express right now, but double shot for next week. So yeah, I mean, I totally get what, you know, our listeners are saying. And I thought it was a missed opportunity because, look, it's a song about a breakup, right?
Yes.
And not just a breakup. It's about, hey, girl, let's get back together. Back like good times. And the girl's like, no, I don't recall such good times that you speak of. Like, screw it.
I may interject.
Yes.
not to cut you off.
Okay.
One thing, maybe, I don't know if I'm like diving a little too deep into this, but what I took it for when I was watching this music video, because I've also been listening to it on loop all day. I don't know how many times I watched the music video, helping those YouTube views go up as well. But
all doing our part.
Well, I mean, for me, one thing I noticed that stuck out right away in terms of the music video and the concept, or at least the story for what Don't Recall was trying to tell us as the viewers.
Yeah.
I feel like J-Sev and BM were actually two different sides of the same guy, because when BM is delivering his lyrics, when he's rapping / singing, rap singing, that half vibrate what he's doing, he's more regretful. It's like he knows his mistakes, he's guilty about it, he wants to get back together, as you're saying.
Yeah.
But the difference is J-Sev, because going along with the fact that in the music video, J-Sev and BM both got their own respective color filters, BM being blue, J-Sev being red.
Oh.
Red usually is associated with what feelings? Anger, guilt, emotion, desire, greed.
Passion,
yes. So J-Sev, if you notice, if you look at the lyrics, he's all like representing the same guy. He's aware of his mistakes, feels guilty about them, feels bad, but he doesn't want to get together. So it's, and here's the caveat.
Okay.
J-Sev and BM, when we look at the music video, they're playing a chess match.
Yeah.
What if this is a mental / emotional chess match within the same dude?
Oh, dude. The duality of the one character.
Right?
Does he take the red pill? Or does he take the blue pill?
Exactly. Like, there's the blue side of him represented by BM, who wants to get back together because he misses this girl. He gave her all of his love.
Yeah.
But then there's J-Sev, who's like, yeah, I love you very much, but I'm over it. I don't care.
And this changes everything. Because I was going to say, like, why don't they have the guy playing chess with a girl? But really, he's playing chess with himself.
Exactly.
Okay. But what do the pieces on this chessboard mean?
Well, that's funny enough, more representation, because when we break down K.A.R.D, for anyone who's not familiar with the concept of K.A.R.D and who they are as a group, K.A.R.D, each of the four members has a different card that they are that's part of the deck. BM is the king, J-Sev's the ace, and then the R stands for both Jiwoo and Somin being the black and red jokers. And then the D refers to the hidden members that they will feature on these songs.
Yeah, okay. I know that's kind of trying a little hard, but I'm willing to give it to them.
That's what they say.
Okay, no, I know that's what they say. I think it's just pushing it a little bit just to get the word card. But go ahead.
But taking into account, so J-Sev being the ace, and on a chessboard, what's the piece that you're aiming to knock off? The king. Who is BM in K.A.R.D? He's the king.
Oh.
So when we are watching the music video, in the lead up to how the chess match ends, we see J-Sev sitting by himself, and in front of him there's this table with there's dice, some other chess pieces, but there's also a bunch of spread out cards from a deck on the table.
Yeah.
He picks up a few cards, but we don't get to see which cards he's looking at. The camera slowly pans around, and we finally see him picking up the ace, which represents who he is. He's the ace of the deck. And right as soon as he picks up the ace card, we see him putting BM in checkmate, and he knocks over the king piece because the ace has beaten the king. The ace has claimed the king's throne.
Yeah. Now, this is, not just saying that ace trumps king, but it's like who's on top for the time being.
Yep.
Who's currently king of the hill.
Yeah. And at that moment, it is J-Sev as the ace, because when we get to the end of the music video, we see two different opposing shots. It goes along with some of the teaser images that K.A.R.D released leading up to this video.
Yeah.
One of them is BM sitting in the middle of the couch, which is representative of his throne, surrounded by Jiwoo, Somin, and J-Sev. He's the king with his subjects.
Yep.
And then the other image, which we see at the end of the music video, is J-Sev by himself on that same couch/throne. So he's won. He's beaten out the king side of the quote guy, the representative guy.
Yeah.
So he's taken the throne, but by the end of it, you've got the throne, but you're also you're lonely. Your greed and anger cost you everything.
Exactly.
Yes.
Because he gave in.
Yes.
To the red pill.
Which is why it shifts from that quickly to back to the image of BM on the throne, because he might still also be dealing with his feelings, but he's got Jiwoo, Somin, J-Sev himself. He's got the subjects there, even though he's in danger as a king. At least he's still surrounded by people.
Huh. What about the girls?
That's a little more difficult to decipher, but I feel like they're probably representing the same girl as well. A lot of people are saying it's two different girls, but here's the reason why I feel like it's the same one is because throughout the whole music video, all this other imagery and symbolism we see, Somin and Jiwoo, we see a lot of shots of them looking at each other, or looking at themselves, as well as what seems to be each other through these mirrors.
Yeah.
And we see a lot of those, that mirror imagery in the music video, as well as some scenes where we see the two of them lying down together on the ground, but they're positioned so it kind of looks like the yin-yang symbol, yin and yang.
Yeah.
So it's like yin and yang of the same girl. So we've got BM and J-Sev representing the two different sides of the guy, and then there's the yin-yang of the girl, the duality.
So we have 4 characters on stage, but really the story is a tale between 2 people.
Yes.
And the 2 paths these 2 different people can take. And here I was just thinking that they had just a very limited, budget for props, using mirrors and whatnot. What do we think of the setting for this music video?
Even though it was simple and not as spectacular, I guess we will use compared to other MVs.
Another 3-letter group.
Yes.
Who's coming out with the hits right now.
That play on words.
Yeah.
But what they did in terms of how simple it is, I mean, I appreciate it. I like it for what they did. Aesthetically speaking, this is a very nice video to watch. It's very bright, very vibrant, very colorful compared to Onana, which had a lot of darkened scenes and quick cuts. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, but I would argue that this music video has a bit of that as well.
Yeah.
It has the clock.
Yes.
Going between the 2 different characters, panning on, them looking at themselves in the mirror, questioning which path do I take? Is this the real me? So I can see that.
Speaking of the clocks, that's another possibly hidden Easter egg thing, because Jiwoo on their V app leading up until the premiere of the video did say that they intentionally put in a lot of hidden things and Easter eggs for the fans to try and decipher if they wanted to.
Yeah.
So they put those in there. The clocks, I feel like, represent what happens after a breakup, because typically after a breakup, one of the things, or the after effects, is that the respective parties feel like time is going by either maybe slowly or too fast. And especially since this song being about a breakup, with BM specifically being that perspective who wants to get back together,
yeah,
we notice all these clock images are never like steady. The hands are always moving, so like time is going by.
And they're always moving in the same direction.
Yes, which is like time advancing.
Okay,
like time
so it's always going clockwise, right?
Yes, clockwise.
Okay.
So
because if it went counterclockwise, that might mean something different.
True. I mean, maybe I missed it. I don't know, because I was trying to watch and notice all these different things, but every time I noticed the clock, it was always going clockwise. So what that meant to me was maybe the BM side of the guy is running out of time on this open door for the relationship. Like the door is closing. You're running out of time, dude.
Yeah. But, PSA for all you lovers out there, like, if you break up, move on. Like the homegirl, the character in this song, like, she's got the right idea.
Yeah, she's done. She doesn't want to hear from the dude anymore. Doesn't want to see him. Doesn't want to hear from him or about him.
That's right.
Yes.
Right. So we see a lot of mirrors in this, and I think we touched upon this earlier, which is just that these characters are looking at themselves.
Yes.
Because they're trying to figure out, which path do I take? What do I want to do? Another prop that we saw a lot of, which was the chandelier.
That chandelier.
It was like the fifth member
in
this music video, I feel like. Because there were shots just of the chandelier. First we saw it on Blackpink and their song Whistle.
Yes.
And then we saw it on EXO in their song Lotto.
Yes.
And now we're here.
Yep. It's made
that chandelier is just
K.A.R.D.
from YG to SM to DSP. And we saw another recurring motif in the setting of this music video.
Are you referring to the 3-panel cubes?
Yes. Yeah, you think Cube Entertainment would jump on this.
Yes.
And that SM would get more S and M. And JYP would have more JYP. Actually, I think they're succeeding on that.
So you're wishing that these K-pop labels would live up more to their namesake with
one would
concepts.
think. The song sounds very similar to Oh Na Na. It almost feels like it's in the same spiritual succession of Oh Na Na.
Well, if I may jump in as well on there, J-Sev himself on the same B-App actually said that Don't Recall is officially the part 2 follow-up to Oh Na Na. You tie the songs together and they're pretty much the package story. Because what J-Sev noticed is that with each of the teasers that dropped before today, especially when the teasers included the instrumental track for Don't Recall, J-Sev and the other members were paying attention to the reactions that each of the trailers or each of the teasers was getting online. And the one recurring comment they all noticed was, "Oh my God, it sounds like Oh Na Na Part 2, Oh Na Na Part 2. So J-Sev took it upon himself to say, well, yep, you guys got it. This is technically, officially, the Part 2 to Oh Na Na.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, what would actually make it story-wise the Part 2?
Well, because in Oh Na Na, if you take the time to go and look back at the lyrics and what they're singing about, in Oh Na Na, Jiwoo and Somin represent the girl who is tired of all these fake dudes, insincere, who come up to her, and she knows that they're coming up to her only because like they're physically attracted to her, but she can tell they're fake, they're jerks, they're not going to treat her right.
She doesn't need a boy, she needs a man.
Yes, exactly.
She needs a man that's realer.
And on that note, that's when BM comes in and he says, you're looking for a man that's realer. And when he continues, he's referring to himself, saying like, I can be that dude who treats you right. Like, I'll be the different one. So you can assume that at the beginning of Oh Na Na, girl, or like representative girl, is single.
Yeah.
And BM and J-Sev represent this new suitor to the said girl.
Yeah.
You move forward to Don't Recall, that relationship went sour. It's a breakup.
So time has passed. Oh Na Na, looking for a man. Find some dude. Turns out he's a jerk. Jerk face. Jerk face doesn't know how to break up. Goes through his own battles.
Yes.
And that's pretty much how this ends, with them breaking up.
Yep.
And him giving into his passion.
Yep.
And leading to that breakup because of it. Okay. I can see that being a part 2.
Yeah.
I wonder if there'll be a part 3.
No,
don't. Look, again, once you break up, don't get back together, guys. But this was really elaborate, I think, for K.A.R.D. When I was listening to the song today, like, I couldn't hear that. Right? The music video was a really big part of telling that message.
Okay.
But not just the music video, the lyrics. Right? Having those subtitles at the bottom in English, that was huge. Because as a non-Korean speaker, that would be lost on me.
Right. Like you'd be wondering like what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, up until all this analysis, I was going to say this was a missed opportunity. You know, at first I began to appreciate this more because it's a really cool story to tell, but they didn't show it in the right way. They could have done something more with Hyuna and her sex toy Hyosung from
the Troublemaker unit.
Yes. So that worked really well because you had, a couple very sexually playing off of each other.
Like displaying that sexual tension.
Yes.
Okay.
And you get that with Troublemaker. And K.A.R.D has this very unique opportunity to do something very similar to that.
And which felt like they didn't capitalize?
No, they didn't do that. But everything that you say about the symbolism behind the song is really making me change my mind.
Oh.
So it goes back to this conversation that we always have here on the Kpopcast. How much meaning do you like layer into the music video? And at a certain point, like, do you make it so obtuse that you force people to, dissect it? But I suppose that's what K-pop podcasts are for, so that you have someone tell you what the answers are, and it makes you appreciate the song.
Well, I mean, just in general, being a K-pop fan, part of the fun is taking your favorite artists or groups and analyzing their videos, seeing what you can nitpick and what you can find Easter eggs and hidden meanings for. So, I mean, I can say at least for sure DSP and K.A.R.D, they're succeeding with me because I'm diving deep into this video.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm really pulling for these guys.
Same.
But if it weren't for your discussion illuminating the meaning behind the song today, I would have given it a not. In Daebak or not today.
Well, I'm glad I could sway your opinion.
Swayed me.
Before we forget, do we want to shout out these guys on the choreography since you kind of made reference to it?
Yeah, so that's a good point, Matt. So Roger Thomas of the K-pop show tweets, music, yes, dance, yes, yes, yes. All vocals, why are there even vocals in the song? He further adds it, I feel like the track was written separately and they were forced to work in vocals somehow. I mean, what Rodri is saying here is that the earworm quality of the song was the music. It was that hook that was making me listen to it, or remembering the song for, before I get it confused with Oh Na Na.
As opposed to the lyrics, like there wasn't anything catchy for you, like vocally, as opposed to like where Onana had that recurring like Oh Na Na Na, that earworm hook or phrase.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. Yep. That's what I meant to say. Yeah.
So I was gonna just ask. So then, if it wasn't really like if you weren't feeling it vocally, then what was it about the video that was saving it for you?
Honestly, the lyrics, because like I know Rodri likes to dance, but I feel like again we could have had more of this Hyuna sex boy like interaction where it's like, let me flirt with you sexually, like suggest stuff with you in the choreography. And we were missing that expression in the dance, in my opinion. We had the broken knees thing wobbling that back and forth that we saw in the music video. I was like,
during the chorus.
Yeah, and I didn't really like that.
Well,
in my opinion,
I'm not an expert on this kind of thing, but I mean, if I had to take a stab at it, one thing I noticed too, and this goes back to how successful Onana ended up being as well, when it comes to the dance and the choreography, I feel like it may have been intentional that they only gave us like small bits and pieces of it because they're teasing us wanting more for the dance version.
Okay.
Because one thing that I felt like when it comes to Onana, and I'm feeling like this is probably the same thing for what they're doing with Don't Recall, is that because of how strongly the dance version of Onana helped boost that track and K.A.R.D and gain the notoriety, maybe they're teasing us with making us want the dance version for Don't Recall like even more because we don't see so much of it here.
Yeah.
Like to your point, you're saying that, oh, well, I wish I could have seen more of the interaction between the couples with the dance.
And maybe we'll see that.
Yes.
I mean, the one time when we do see them, maybe I think it's actually twice, but it's the same move twice, is when
the guys
have their hands on
the waist.
Yeah. And then the girls do a body roll in front of them and then kind of disconnect. So I would just again, you've got a co-ed group. Let's play that up, man. Let's show that breakup more through this guy and this girl, or the duality between the guy and the girl.
Yeah. Well, right now we can only speculate. I mean, I'm with you on that point. I'm hoping we can see more of that interaction too, because I feel like it would just help boost the stronger storytelling.
Yeah.
For what the song is supposed to be. But I mean, on that note, you never know. The dance version could help this one be successful too, like what happened with Onana.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
you and I were looking into it earlier.
Yep.
The Onana MV is at about 7 million views right now, but the dance version of it is not too far behind. It's at what, 5, almost 6 million views? That in itself is enough for an actual MV, but this is just the dance version.
Yeah, true that.
And we've seen certain dance teams cover it as well. I mean, Choreos from UCLA.
Yep.
They covered it. They got 300,000 views, which is a sizable dent of K.A.R.D's views.
Yeah, I mean, that's not something to scoff at. I mean, for just a dance cover group. So, yeah. I mean, there's clearly a desire to want to cover this, at least for the Westerner K-pop fan.
Yep.
Right. And I think we're seeing this rise. I'm speaking to a K-pop b-boy myself as my co-host here on the show.
Yes.
But this is part of the expression of what it means to be a K-pop fan, I think increasingly so. So that's something that K.A.R.D has going for itself. And I want to see more of that. But again, I want to see that co-ed interplay going on. And I can only hope that the dance version has more of that.
So the interesting thing with K.A.R.D as well, one thing that's helping them stand out is the fact that right now they're technically a pre-debut group in their pre-debut stage, because it was announced that they're going to release 3 pre-debut singles before they officially debut with their 4th song.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I think you're right on that, Matt. It's just going to be like, remember when we reviewed Crayon Pop and they go, C R-A
yeah, when they spell it out.
like that was fun. But yeah, I could totally see that too. Man, layers. It's like an onion. Okay, that's great. Making me appreciate this song more. Look at what you've done to me, Matt. I was gonna say this is a shitty song, and it's actually pretty good.
Right.
Okay.
I'm glad.
K.A.R.D, you've got hope still. And before I said this song before I was gonna say this song was shitty, I was still pulling for them. So, but yeah, I'm completely on board with K.A.R.D. Okay.
I mean, if I may, I totally get where you and Rodri, Will, Steven, where everyone else is coming from, because I myself was very concerned that Onana had set the bar too high, that they would not be able to deliver. And some people may feel like they didn't exactly deliver still, but me, I felt like it was a good follow-up. In fact, I might call it a great follow-up. It may not be at that same level of Onana, but I feel like it's just there, and it's still well enough that it'll be well received. In fact, it's still being well received.
That's right. And, I totally get that it sounds very similar to the last song, right? I mean, it could be that they're just trying to recreate what works, what makes them unique. But I totally get that they're trying to be a part 2.
Yes.
It's not EXID recycling the same song over and over, which I love, by the way. But that's a different story. So, audio, 1 being the lowest, 5 being the highest. Supermatic. How would you rate this song?
I actually gave it a 3.5. At first,
I was totally expecting you, after everything we said, I was expecting you to give it much higher. But go ahead.
Yeah, to be honest, at first I was very strongly considering giving this a 4 or a 4.5. But the funny thing is, for as much as I love it, especially vocally, everything that I praised K.A.R.D for what they did here, I'm with you in some boats. I felt like maybe BM and JSEV could have stuck to what their strengths were, which is just purely rapping. I understand that they wanted to show different sides of each of the members because
they let them sing this time.
Yes.
Well, they created the songs themselves,
yes.
So of course they designed it that way. Yes.
But I just felt like if they stuck to their strengths, maybe that would have helped the song maybe deliver more. And heck, maybe you would have had a better first impression of it vocally too. You never know.
Maybe.
So that's why I gave them a really solid 3.5. It could have been a 4, but again, I'm also one thing, even though I really enjoy the instrumental and I liked the vocals, I like JSEV's delivery, his rap verses being heavily cited as the best part of the song vocally.
I think that is maybe even more so than that instrumental hook.
Yes.
It's that rap that we will remember this song audio-wise for.
It would have been a 4 if there was more than just one section vocally. Because as an overall package, it's got to be more than just an instrumental to sway a 4
That's
from me.
true. That's true. Okay. Yeah. No, that's a good point.
How about you, Peter?
So let's not forget that I was disappointed.
Yes.
In the words of Steve Knight, right? I was feeling a little let down all day today because all I was doing was listening to it and listening alone. Not taking in all this other meaning that we had.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think it was horrible. What I really like is, and I usually hate this, but after the bridge, you've got a really interesting play on the main chorus.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was really well done for this song. And compositionally wise, I thought the notes and the chords were right. But the delivery of the vocal performance wasn't quite there.
Okay.
Again, what we're saying, the guys glad they were singing this time over Oh Na Na, where they're just rapping. But some voices are better suited for certain roles than others.
Yes.
And in this case, the singing of the guys I thought wasn't so great. But the main reason why I didn't like the vocal delivery from these idols was because I was missing that emotional component.
Okay.
This is a song about a breakup, a very conflicted breakup, as we're discovering, where not only are they arguing with the partner, but within themselves.
Yes.
Right? And I could have gotten that emotion more in their voice. They hit the notes, right? They compositionally wise, they hit it.
Yes.
But I want to hear that conflict in their voice more. And we heard this also from another vocal trainer, Huna.
Huna Kim.
From Born Star. And that was one of her lessons.
Yep.
And this is someone, who's worked with, the divas of Mamamoo.
Yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
You need that emotion in the song. And that's what this was missing audio-wise. So for me, it wasn't catchy, aside from the instrumental hook.
Okay.
The rap was okay. Overall, it felt like a very copied, emulated format from Oh Na Na. So I'm going to give it a 3.
Okay.
It was satisfactory.
Okay.
Very satisfactory.
All right. How about concept? You want to
follow it up? So, man, I was going to so hate on this concept at first until today, this evening, because of all these layers. And I want to stress how important it is for a K-pop label who's looking to make international success to have those subtitles in the region's language to strengthen that appeal. I remember I was in a tweet chat recently where we were talking about what can we do to bring the Hallyu wave over to the US. And I was like, well, why don't we get more stuff in English, right? What I'm learning today is that you don't need that. You need the subtitles. And that needs to be part of the visceral, raw emotional experience from the onset. And if I didn't have that, I wouldn't like this song. So with all this analysis and everything that I'm diving into, the symbolism of the song, I'm liking it a lot more. Again, I want the male and the female members to play off of each other more. I want another like Troublemaker Part 2. Like
display the dynamic of the song.
Yeah, and I think we'd see more like Western K-pop dance cover groups cover it more, because if they had more of that, like, nudge nudge wink wink, play off of each other. It's I think that's what makes it so much fun, and that's lacking in K-pop right now.
Okay.
They could have done that with this song. It was a missed opportunity.
Okay.
So concept for me, I want to give it a 4.
A 4?
Prior to this discussion today, I would have given it like a 2, but because it was a missed opportunity, but everything that we've said about it, like, it's a 4. And they could have gone that much further if they had the girls and the guys play off of each other more.
Okay. So for me, in terms of the concept, I find it kind of interesting, and I'm honestly feeling a little like personal level of some pride that I swayed you for a concept score, because
hats off to you, Matt. Seriously, that was great that you brought this to today's episode,
because I actually also gave it a 4.
Okay.
For the concept.
Okay.
Because even though it was a little simple, or simpler than what I would have hoped for, especially look at the scale of what they did with the Onana MV.
Yeah.
I still really like and appreciate how they pretty much went the route with the idea of less being more, because, again, we talked about the whole duality theme, the girls being yin and yang, and then BM versus JSEF representing the internal struggle of the guy.
Right.
And then as he said, all this hidden imagery, the symbolism, the different props representing different things.
And let's not forget, at the very end of the music video.
Yes.
Where they show the logo of K.A.R.D, right? The group name. It's the two guys facing each other on the outside, looking in.
Yes.
And the two girls facing each other, also looking in.
So kind of like a
It's
mirror image.
down the middle.
Like if we were to draw a line down the middle, mirror image.
Yeah, it's like they're looking at themselves and possibly their partner as well, and figuring out which one.
Yep. And personally, like, I'm a sucker for these subtle undertones, these hidden messages that we can decipher. So that's why, like, just everything taken into account, I gave it a really solid 4. I'm with you on that boat. I probably would have given it a higher score if I saw a little more of the dynamic displayed in the dancing, as you said.
I mean, that would have, like, kicked it out of the park, you know, if they did that.
Then again, I mean, this is another thing that I said that a lot of people agree with, is that so far it seems like with K.A.R.D, the MVs are just one big teaser for the dance versions of the video.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait to see more from this group. So, Daebak or not, Matt?
Daebak, do it really.
Did I have to ask?
Right.
Okay, and until tonight, I was gonna say not Daebak, but it's Daebak for me.
Woo!
Pound it.
Yeah.
We just fist pounded. Okay, so that was it for this episode of Kpopcast. I'm really glad that we were able to change my mind on something.
Woo!
Yeah, good job, Supermatic. Let us know what you guys thought. We're always eager for feedback. I think it's great that we're able to, engage with our listeners as well.
Absolutely.
So,
I mean, on that note, again, just want to say thank you to Rodri, Steven, Will. Like, thank you so much.
I think that there are recurring, these 3 guys in particular are surrogate hosts and members on our show.
Well, we appreciate it.
Yeah.
And again, everyone else out there, all our listeners, you want to join the discussion, we'll shout you out on our show.
Yeah.
Let Peter know that he's right for joining me, or let me know I'm wrong for swaying his opinion.
BTS is coming.
Yes. Look forward to our next episode, everybody. It's going to be a double shot.
And maybe Taeyeon.
Maybe Taeyeon. Depends on the releases.
It's a good time to be alive in K-pop.
Yep. So far, 2017 is off to an amazing start.
Yeah. We need to get more guy groups in. I'm going to affectionately refer to this listener as an Ajuma listener. She emailed us like, hey, you guys only talk about girls. Girls have no talent, only looks. Talk about the guys. So,
okay.
She knows who she is, and we're friends. So I'm going to say, yes, Evangeline. We will talk about more of the guys.
No problem. Starting next week, BTS.
BTS.
Double shot for all you armies out there. So we got you.
Supermatic, where can people find you online?
You can find me at Twitter and Instagram as well. Same spelling, SOUPERMATIC, and that is Supermatic.
And I am at DJ Peterlow. You can find me spitting K-pop all over the universe, on radio and in person and live.
Yep.
And we also have a hashtag going.
Yes.
So let's use that, guys. It's hashtag Kpopcast. So I think that's it.
Yep. Catch you next time, everybody. Thank you so much.
Good night.